The Haley O Show. Every Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Only on bulls.co.za.
And we're talking basketball this morning. And we've got a very tall Tsakani that's just come into the studio. And Tsakani is the captain of the Soweto Panthers. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct, Haley.
Okay, just make sure you put the mic right up to your mouth.
There you go.
How tall are you?
I am 2 meters and 1 centimeter tall, so as tall as a door.
There you've got it. As tall as a door. Okay. So you must do a lot of crouching.
Ducking, crouching, it becomes second nature because I've been doing it for so long.
And size shoe? What size shoe are you?
I'm a size 14 and a half.
Size 40. Your feet are double as big as mine plus some.
There we go. There you go. So,
Okay. And who was your idol, your basketball idol?
I think it was Michael Jordan. Growing
Michael
up,
Jordan.
you'd watch Michael Jordan and he would just dominate and just show you that you can play any position and he taught you how to refuse to lose. That was Michael Jordan.
Awesome stuff. So now you must be pretty excited about what's happening with basketball in South Africa. SuperSport just coming on board to sponsor your Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
And so tell me, are you now playing basketball for a living? Is this a profession?
It's not yet. I mean, it's still the crawling stages. The league is just getting established.
Okay.
So right now, I'm playing it part-time. So
Alright.
because I used to do it anyway as a hobby, that's how I just maintain shape. And then now with this opportunity, I just like to thank SuperSport and all the other relevant parties who are involved for just giving us this opportunity to just showcase our talents in front of our home country.
No, it's exciting. And tell me, how did it happen that you are in the Panthers team? How have you got to the Panthers team?
It's a very, very long story. I don't think you have time for that. But
bullet points.
Bullet points. Okay, no. Growing up, there was a league when I was growing up in South Africa. So I grew up watching the Soweto Panthers, KwaZulu Martins, the KZN team, the Cape Town team, Bloemfontein team. But then, so since I'm born and raised in Soweto, I always wanted to be like a Soweto player, just like the Kaizer Chiefs and Pirates fans always want to play for Soweto-based teams. So basketball for me, it was automatically the Soweto Panthers I wanted to play. So now, I mean, flashback 10 years later, I'm now the captain. I mean, it's
Awesome.
for me, it's that little success story that
is.
from watching them play to now actually being one of the leaders on the team and having to carry the brand and just kind of, emulate the success lifestyle for our fans and just carry that out. It's just very fascinating to me.
And tell me, so you played at school and then you played after school and then you work your way up into
I was
team.
fortunate enough to obtain a scholarship to play overseas. So
okay.
I did my high schooling in Virginia, and then I attended Hamilton College in upstate New York
Wow.
while playing basketball, through basketball. So and
Basketball.
I want to say basketball. So
Okay.
I was one of the fortunate, lucky people to have had that experience.
And now tell me, so there are 11 teams in this new league. Do we
Yes.
have enough talent to fill 11 teams?
We've got enough talent I'd say we've got 11 teams. In my mind, this is a personal opinion, don't hold me to it. I'd say we've got 8 or 6 good, solid, competitive teams that it's going to be a dogfight every night. And then the other teams, like they say in the movies, if they play their best game, it will be competitive.
Okay.
So that's how I view the other team. Not that I'm talking down to them, but
Sure.
they've got room to grow.
So Panthers are going for the title.
I would say yes.
Okay.
I would not be a sportsman to say no, we're just going to participate. I'm saying we are going for the title. We want to hold up that beautiful trophy that they showcased at the launch, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, when you're a young kid and whatever sportsman you meet, you support them for the rest of your lives. You're the
Exactly.
first basketball player I've met. So Panthers
Thank
now,
you.
I'm
There
going to
we-
support
There we
Panthers
go.
my whole life.
Where you from originally?
I'm from Joburg.
Joburg. Just support the Panthers. Don't support the other Joburg franchises. Just the Panthers. Keep it with the Panthers.
And now you've got the opening game next week, Friday. Is that right?
That is correct. At 8 o'clock at Wembley.
And where will you be playing?
We're
Who will you be
we're
playing?
playing against the KwaZulu Marlins, who is also a formidable team, one of the top 8 that I've just ranked. So it's going to be a very entertaining game, I should say.
Okay, you must be training hard.
I think both teams are, because at the launch, when they had the launch, all the captains were there, and the KwaZulu Marlins and our captains, just looked at each other and said it's going to be a good game because we're both equally matched at every position. You know, every guy is talented, every guy is strong, every guy has experience, every guy has got that Michael Jordan mentality that refuse to lose.
That's great.
So-
But now, do you all have the Michael Jordan, like, you know, when you imagine a basketball
Yeah.
player, you imagine him with the huge sneakers and the
Yeah,
long shirt with the
shorts.
big number.
Yeah.
Is that kind of the vibe in the basketball league?
I think it's
How you imagine it overseas?
I'd say it's the basketball culture.
Yes.
But every player is different, and I mean, like, every player wears his uniform differently. But even though we all are aiming for the professional look, so it will be the big shorts, but it won't be as baggy as you see like the street ballers played.
Okay.
Ours is like going to be more contained and more controlled.
What color do the Panthers wear?
I
Black.
think it's going to be black, and I think a little bit of red in it. You know?
Okay. So now this league is going to be on SuperSport, and SuperSport has also just picked up the NBA games.
Yes.
So for people like me who know cricket and rugby really well,
Yes.
but haven't grown up with basketball,
Yeah.
I want you to give us basketball for dummies here.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you a few really simple questions.
Not a problem.
And just for those people out there who don't know much about the
Okay.
sport. So how long does a basketball game last for?
Basketball game, we were talking about the league. It's going to be 4 quarters, and it's going to be 10 minutes per quarter. So I think the whole game's going to be like an hour and a half, close to 2 hours.
But it's 40 minutes of play.
40 minutes of playing and breaks in between.
Every 10 minutes you have a break.
Every 10 minutes you have a break. It's a quarter. Then you go into the second quarter, third quarter, and the last quarter.
Okay. And how many players on a team?
There's 12 players in the team, and then 5 play at a time.
5?
5 play on the court at a time. So you'll have your 5, and then the other 7 will be on the bench as reserves.
Oh, really? There's only 5 players on the court?
On
at
the
any
court,
time?
yeah, on both teams, yeah, 5.
And I want to ask, can anyone in the team score a goal?
Anybody can score a goal.
Oh, so you don't have like the shooter?
Shooter, no. You do have a shooting guard. He's supposed to be the best shooter on the team.
Oh.
But then any person can score, and you're also responsible for defense. So you play offense and defense at the same time.
Okay. And now, was Michael Jordan a shooting guard?
Michael Jordan was a 3 guard. It was more of a mixture between a small guy and a big guy, and he could just do it all. He could shoot, he can dribble, he could drive. I think
He could do no wrong.
he could, no, he couldn't. He could do no wrong. I think he was just a show off.
Okay.
Sorry,
and,
Mr. Jordan.
In terms of the venues where these games will take
Yeah.
place, you mentioned Wembley Stadium, which is in Joburg.
In Joburg, Turffontein, yes.
And where are other big venues?
I think for the first year, what SuperSport and the BNL have done, they've just centralized all the games. So they're going to be at one venue so that everyone can get to see every team in Joburg. And then I think
That's quite convenient.
from next year, the plan is to now move it to Durban, to Cape Town, to Polokwane. So you'll have your different games at your different venues for all the different people in South Africa. All the different provinces can watch teams or watch teams come play in their province.
Okay. And have there been some sponsors that have got involved apart from SuperSport?
Not that I know of yet.
Not yet. But now that the TV exposure is coming, I'm sure.
That will surely come. I've just been focused on running, getting in shape, and making sure I don't embarrass my family when I'm on TV. that has been my honest concern.
But it must be extreme fitness because it's kind of sprinting. Hey, it's interval sprint.
It's exactly. It's interval sprinting because it's start, stop. And then you have to everything has to be like second nature. In order for you to be a good player, everything has to be second nature. You don't have to think, you have to react. So a good practice is a practice that puts you in situations that you'll be in a game, whereas your body just takes over.
Sure. Well, I think it's pretty exciting. I'm definitely going to look out for you guys on SuperSport if I'm not at the stadium.
No problem.
Is there anything else you think we should know about basketball? I think you've given us the basics quite nicely.
I think what sets basketball apart, of course, I'm going to be biased,
No, of course.
but I mean, I'll watch soccer, I'll watch rugby, and for those, it's the build-up. You wait for that build-up. But at any given moment in rugby, if they take the ball, you now have to wait for the build-up for the other team, to score.
Yes, it can be a process to get points.
It's a process. And then in basketball, it's quick. We have 24 seconds once the other team scores to go to the other side and try score.
Wow, really?
So if that 24 seconds is over, they get the ball.
So if you don't score in 24
4
seconds,
seconds.
you hand the ball over to the
No,
other
we
team?
don't. The ref will stop the ball.
Yes.
They get the ball. It's a turnover. It's what we call a turnover. You've turned the ball over to them. But if you take a shot attempt, it hits the basketball. The basketball rim, the 24 seconds is reset. So you get another chance to score.
Oh,
So if we didn't have that, I mean, I would score 2 points and then just hold on to the ball.
Okay.
And then I'd win the game.
Sure.
You know?
Oh, so that's why it's so fast.
That's why it's so fast-paced, up and down, and you just have to know what you're doing.
I'm learning a lot here. That's great.
glad.
Is there anything else I need to know? In terms of contact, you said that some of these matches can be very physical.
It's physical.
I mean, what are you allowed to do? Or what aren't you allowed to do? Or what do you do anyway?
That's a very loaded question.
Oh,
because
okay.
when you say, what am I allowed to do? If the ref is not, I'm not to say to the listeners out there, not to say that I'm a dirty player. But if the ref is listening, is watching, I'm going to do everything that I'm supposed to do. So you can put contact, but you're not allowed to obstruct the person's direction or momentum. So you basically have to stop someone who's moving forward full speed while you're backpedaling. So you need to find a way to stop that. So change them, misdirection. So it's very fascinating and just tricky to stop someone. So there is contact. There's a lot of contact.
Wow, the sport's I'm gonna watch the sport in a whole new light now.
It is. Once you watch it and once you're at a live game, you will be addicted.
Awesome.
You know, so when you see it live and you learn the rules, just here and there, you know what's happening. You'll be addicted. You'll be a fan.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming and teaching us a bit about the game and telling us about this league.
Not a problem.
You've got my support. The Panthers have my support. Hopefully, they've got a few other listeners' support as well.
Of course.
So, good luck for next week, Friday.
No problem.
We'll be watching.
Of course.
And yeah, we'll follow your progress and hopefully speak to you again when you're into the league and hopefully at the top of the log.
I'm hoping, at the end, I think it ends December 15th. And I'm promising we'll be in the last game. And we'll come here to come do our celebratory dance and
bring your trophy
and bring our trophy, so you can take a picture of me, you, the trophy, and the rest of the staff.
Cool. Well, great to chat, and I can see exactly why you're the captain. Like the confidence you have, and the respect you have for the sport is very palpable. Okay, so all the best, hey?
No. Thank you, Haley. Thanks for having us.
Cheers. That's Tsakani from the captain of the Soweto Panthers in the new basketball league that's going to be aired on SuperSport starting next week, Friday.
The Haley O Show. Every Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Only on bulls.co.za.